John, which one do you want to do next?
I wouldn't mind having a look at cooperi.
Right. Okay. This is probably a 3-year-old plant, maybe 4 since it's been done. Let's have a look at it. Oh, this is OB1. This is one of the more famous cooperis to come out of Japan. And the beauty of them is they have the crystal clear windows up on top with the lines going up. And the Japanese, they try to grow them so that light shines through them and they sort of reflect. They're like little mirrors or crystals. And actually Japanese call them crystal plants, which is a name I think is so apt for these things with those beautiful lines going up. Cooperis have a fibrous root system, so they're very much like attenuators and things like that. Yeah, many healthy roots. It probably doesn't need a pot this deep. Look at that, we've got all the roots out. Let's tease her up a bit. A few old roots in the centre there, but they don't want to come off. They're not ready to go yet. But what we will do with this one, we will do a little bit of cleaning. This is where cooperis are probably a little bit more common than some of the other ones. You can see it has a whole ring of babies around it. See that? Now what we'll do, we'll take these off. So we'll take flowers out. Let's start here. Oh yes, yes. You've got to try to break them off right down the bottom. And look, they come out with roots when you do that. All got roots, ready to go. And actually, it looks like a double header. I think we'll split it. There we are, each got roots. Now, before we put these up, we'll take away old leaves, tidy it up. Flowers out, flowers pull out really easily on these. If you don't want the flower head, just pop them out, just slightly sideways, out. That root is finished. Take that out, give it a clean up, old leaf there. And there we go, that's ready for a repot. Have a look at those lenses. Jewels, crystal jewels. Look, we've pulled this plant apart now and had a look at it, and they really are beautiful. The lenses, I just can't stop looking at them. I reckon they're absolutely amazing, and especially when the light is behind them and the light shines through and you get different colour lines. Some of these Japanese have bred them so you got purple lines and black lines and all sorts of different coloured lines. So they're actually like little transparent lenses. And actually with Haworthias, what happens is the plant photosynthesizes through the tops. So often these can be semi-buried in the desert with just the little bits of lenses going through. So it picks up the sun's rays and then produce food, and so they're actually like lenses. They really are. So here, look, we're going to pot up a couple now. As it's got a fibrous root system, we don't need a deep pot. You really don't. It's a shallow pot is all you need for this one. So again, I've 1/3 to half filled, a little bit of soil fertilizer in there. So, and again, the nice open mix. These can take a heavier mix because they're more fibrous. A little bit around the back. Yeah, in the center of the pot. Look at that. Quite a strong root for a cooperi.
Now these cooperis come in a whole range of colours, don't they?
Oh, look, predominantly green, but they do have different windows. The main thing is they have different shape windows and different size windows, and they've bred them so they actually get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then they do start putting in some of the hairy versions and things like that in them. So there are many, many forms of cooperi. And I'd love to show you some of the other forms. They really are fabulous and so varied. It is possibly one of the more popular of all the Haworthias because of the really fabulous windows and variety of windows that you can get.
And as an indoor plant, how do these go?
Well, actually, that's a funny thing. I mostly like to say that succulents aren't really indoor plants, but Haworthia are one of the few plants that you can actually grow inside because look, they actually really like low light, which is not much. And that's sort of like a house that's quite bright, you know, not like maybe not like a black bathroom, but they don't really like the direct sun. They will burn quite easily. When they burn, they go browny yellow or green, browny sort of bronzy hue. And they look much, much better when they're green. And they really are one of the few succulents that I would say you could actually grow indoors quite happily. Yeah, we grow them under 80% shade cloth. So that's pretty dark. We actually use a dark green or a black shade cloth on top of a white shade cloth to get that much light factor down. And we actually increase the shade over the summer months and take off some during the winter months when the sun is much lower. So here we have one nice cooperi has netted about, what do you got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9 plants. So you can see they're a little bit more prolific than a truncata.
And how old would have that plant been?
I'd say that plant is probably 3 to 4 years old, but it was probably a good sized plant when we put it in there, and it's probably taken 2 years to develop all those young pups. Look at that. Now, main thing, make sure the roots face downwards. Put your soil in gently, hold your plant in the middle, but high. The soil runs in around the roots, give it a little shake, firm it down, pat it up, 9 plants, voila.
And if people were growing Haworthia cooperi at home, how often would they need to water it?
Okay, it's not so much when you need to, they do like water, but I like to feel the weight of a pot rather than time. Colder weather, they'll evaporate much less. Hot weather, they'll evaporate more. When the plant gets bigger and fills the pot up a lot more, it will drain the water out of the pot much faster. So it's more like learn the weight of your plant when it's dry and then water it well. When it gets light again, give it another water. But they can go without water for quite extended periods, 3 or 4 weeks. And these plants will often tell you when they are a bit in need of water, the leaves will shrivel a little bit. The outer leaves in particular will shrivel a little bit. You know, this one, I actually reckon this is telling me it almost needs a water now. But I'm not going to water these for another week.
So if I was going away on holidays for 2 or 3 weeks, I could safely leave Haworthia cooperi to grow by itself?
Yeah,
before I go, come back 3 weeks later and
it'll be really happy without you.
So that's it for Haworthia cooperi. It's a fascinating succulent, and we regard it as being one of the best indoor plants you can have. It doesn't require a lot of water. You can leave it alone for 3 or 4 weeks. It is just a brilliant plant. For more videos on a whole range of succulents, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Visit the website for more information on these wonderful plants and many others. And as always, good luck with your own gardening.